Everyone, welcome to the weekly update. I think I'm back.
Okay everybody, I'm Chuck Mayer and we're here to do the weekly freshwater update.
Richard, phenomenal job impersonating me. Couple points you might have missed, so we might work on those in a grind video. But great job. I hope everyone enjoyed me, not me, doing the video last week. We're not going to mince words. We're going to jump right in and get to the video because we got a lot of fish to show you this week. Okay, so first fish on the list this week is a very young black ghost knife fish. We got 2 of these this week. This is a really cool fish just because it's so different. It uses electromagnetic impulses to kind of guide itself throughout its surroundings, which is why if you get a clear tube or any kind of tube that you can easily see in, you can actually put it in the tank and they'll go in it, not realizing that you can see them, but they're not paying attention to you. Very cool, and you can get this. This will typically, up until it gets really big, go into almost any kind of community aquarium. So we have green severums, we have gold severums, and we have one of my favorites, the red spotted gold severum. Severums are really cool because they're fairly peaceful for the most part. If you have a semi-aggressive tank, like with barbs and things like that, they go perfect. But specifically, these red spot gold severums, as they get larger, the spots become more intense, the red in them becomes a lot more intense, and they just are a beautiful, beautiful fish. Especially around the fins and stuff, as that red develops, the larger that they get. These are fish that get big, but they're fairly gentle, so if you have a semi-aggressive tank, you wouldn't keep them with neons and things like that, but some of the smaller semi-aggressives would be perfectly fine. Again, a great fish. It makes a big statement in any tank, and just all around cool fish. Okay, the blue-scaled Zacco. This is a fish native from China. It will get a little bit more size than you see right now. It is fairly a bottom-dwelling fish. They are omnivores, but they do prefer to eat live things. Don't ask me why, the contradiction, but if they can eat things like zooplankton and stuff like that, they will always choose it over plants and things like that. So this is kind of a fast-moving fish, kind of very similar to the large danios and things like that. I would recommend it for a tank of semi-aggressives. Really, really cool fish came in this week in the African department. The Venustus looked incredibly well with their blue-fronted noses, and then these albino compressiceps were my favorite of what came in. What's cool about it is that the amount of albino that each one of them has is so different from fish to fish. They're all pretty much the same size, but the markings are totally different. And the intensity and the color changes and stuff like that vary from fish to fish. So one thing you definitely want to check out if you've got a general African cichlid tank are compressiceps are cool normally, but these are exceptionally cool because of the color differences. So check these out if you come in this week. Okay, so I promised Mike I would show these because they're one of his favorite fish. We got in these beautiful Antlers this week. So if you've got a small planted tank or you'd like a really cool group of live bears, these Antlers would probably be for you.
Come and get your Antlers on Saturday when Mike's working. He loves catching those guys.
His favorite thing to do, by all accounts, is for you to pick the exact one you want because of color markings. Make sure you get a school of them, as they will always do better in multiples. Okay, I promised I would show this as soon as we got some in, because I know there's a lot of you guys that watch this video looking for crayfish. A gold king lobster came in this week, so this definitely qualifies. Beautiful, beautiful crayfish variety. Lots of orange in varying shades on this guy, and just all over cool looking crayfish. So the gold king lobster came in this week. Fireball ghost lobster. So we got in one more type of crayfish this week. This one's kind of cool because of the white intensive color that runs through the center body. The overall look is kind of a light orange, as you can see, but a really cool crayfish. So if you're interested in crayfish, those are the 2 we got in this week. Celebis Rainbows look excellent this week. They've got a lot of size on them, so much so that you can see the blue running through the center body that you almost never can when they're really, really young. The yellow intensity is there, of course, because of the size of the fish too, but these look beautiful in a planted aquarium or a natural aquarium, even if it's not planted with live plants. Celebis Rainbows are cool for lots of different reasons, but the main reason they're cool this week is because we got such great size. Okay, so I'm showing some gold Coulee loaches. I hate catching Coulee loaches more than I hate catching any fish in the world, but these are cool and I have to show them because it doesn't matter what I have to catch. We're here to serve you. So, if you're into Coulee loaches, we've got them this week. This is a cool little Coulee loach to have. My favorite Cory of all is the Eye Coryne. We don't always have them because sometimes they don't do very well in shipping. However, this is a great group of little Eye Corynes. They have this intense orange fin on both the pectoral fins, mapped against this kind of maze-like body stripes. I love this fish. It looks beautiful when it gets old, as both of the design points of the fish really get highlighted with age. So this is a great fish. It's a peaceful fish. It's a beneficial fish just because of eating leftover food and stuff on the bottom, and can be long-lived if it gets into the right environment. So a very, very cool Cory. Okay, I debated about whether or not to show this fish or not because he came in looking a little rough. And while right this second he's NFS, we're going to hold on to him for a day or two before releasing him and make sure that he's totally healthy. But this fish is so cool, I had to show it. This is the Thermometer knife fish. I don't know that we have ever had one. If we had, I've never seen it. But part of the knife fish family, and so totally different, it's almost dragon-esque in appearance. Very, very unique. And different. So you may want to watch for him. Like I said, again, we'll watch him for a couple of days. I don't like to show a fish that's not 100% healthy in the video, but this is so unique. I wanted you to at the very least see him, and if he's going to do well, we'll probably know that in the next day or two, as we only got one. So you can, if you're interested, you can kind of come check him out. We get tinfoil barbs all the time. We don't get albino tinfoil barbs all the time. These are almost an electric white. They almost even look like they've got a little bit of a green sheen to them. But they did come in this week. They're super healthy, super active, really look beautiful in this tank. And if you're in the market or you've got a semi-aggressive tank, these could be perfect for you. Okay, platinum green tiger barbs came in this week. They are looking phenomenal. This is not a fish we have all the time. Sure, we have the green tiger barbs and we'll get the normal ones, the black tiger barbs. But right now, if you want a really sharp looking tiger barb, these are about as pretty as they get. Almost a blue-green platinum sheen to them. You can kind of see them, but the intensity live is even better. So definitely come check them out if you've got a semi-aggressive tank. Okay, so the betas came in looking exceptional this week, and Kat held the gun to my head and said you had to see every one of them. So listen to the music, look at the betas, and know that the beta selection is fantastic this week. I know this is really messing with you today because I'm here. And we missed one beta, and Richard / Chuck / me, we want you to see it, and Richard was the one that introduced it, and it is exceptional. Richard, Chuck?
Hi. Okay, this is a black samurai placat beta. We don't see them too often. He is beautiful in his markings and colorations. If you are looking for a beta, this might be the one for you.
You really should see this beta. It really is fantastic. Okay, the Rosie Barbs this week are Rosie, and you can quote me on that. They are electric Rosie Barbs this week, and if you want some wow, shiny gold and red, pop to the tank, we've got them. I mean, these puppies, especially against these platinum barbs, they really are a tank that just is shining in here. So definitely check those out. if you want something that's got a lot of pretty orange, red, and gold pop. Okay, so this is Pseudoballistes fuscus. This is the blue line triggerfish. I was only shooting the freshwater video today, but Reagan absolutely wanted this fish shown in the video. Her quotes, not mine. So that is why a saltwater fish has made it into the middle of this freshwater video. So if you don't have a saltwater tank, this is a good reason to get one. And if you do have a saltwater tank, well, you're one fish up on the video you'll see tomorrow. So typically when we order certain specialty fish, like a tiger shovel-nosed cat, we order one. We order one for a lot of different reasons. Usually the availability, we can't get a lot of them. One is because they grow huge and eat everything in the fish tank. And there are several fish like this, the red-tailed cat, for example, and things like that. So this week, our very own Cat decided to press the 1 button, but she also added a 0 to it. So now we have, for the first time in Fishy Business history, 10 tiger shovel-nosed catfish. So if you're in the market for a fish that will pretty much consume anything, however beautiful it will look, we now have 10, count them, 10 tiger shovel-nosed catfish. So if you have a very big tank, a pond, a lake, a stream, something like that, you can take all 10. If you have a single fish tank and you've always wanted one, well, I've got one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, pond season is upon us and we've got lots of pond things. So I want to go over a few things really fast. All the nets that we have, your feeders, if you want to see your koi and you happen to have a very dark pond, you can actually train them to come right to the floating feeding station. Very easy for them to get food. If you've got a newly started pond, a filter might be the thing you need, and we've got them in all different sizes, and we can give you a good overview of how to set them up, how they work, and all of that good stuff here. I've got pumps as well, fountain kits, all the food you would ever need. Even if you have small fountains and need a small pump for your fountain, got that as well. Most important thing though for most people's ponds is not a filter, even though technically it is. It is the UV filter, something to take green water out. If you have your pond in an exposed area where it gets a lot of sun, you're going to get a lot of algae. And while this won't remove large clumps and things like that develop in there, it will take the green spores out of the water molecule and clear up any pond. I've never had a customer so far bring one of these back because it did not do what it said it does. Pond UV is a great way to use UV sterilization to get green water clear. So if you need your pond clear and it's full of algae, the UV is definitely the way to go. So in bringing with all the changes and everything that's happening to Fishy Business, our plant master Ryan right here is redoing the whole plant system straight through to the front and expanding the whole thing. And he has been hard on work on this since the inception of moving all the tanks, I think. So do we know kind of when our new plant systems, plural, is gonna be kind of ready?
Judging by the timeline we're given, I'm assuming end of the month.
So there you go. If you're into live plants, watch the new system. Ryan's going to be working on them every day. Have a great weekend. Come see us this weekend. Lots of things I didn't show you. God bless and have a great week.